Towards the end of the 2010s, it seemed like Pep Guardiola had once again tactically reinvented the game and made highly technical inverted fullbacks a trend in the modern era, with João Cancelo and Alexander Zinchenko the two best examples. However, a few years on, and whilst inverted fullbacks are still prevalent, I think the best fullbacks in the world are dynamic overlapping fullbacks, returning to the norm of the early to mid 2010s. If we look at the best left backs specifically right now, I would say the top 5 or 6 in no particular order are Alphonso Davies, Alvaro Fernandez, Alexander Zinchenko, Luke Shaw, Andy Robertson and Nuno Mendes. And all of those apart from Zinchenko would fall into the category of dynamic overlapping fullbacks who excel on the outside of the system in wide positions rather than inverting infield into the centre, even though the likes of Luke Shaw and Teo can play this role as well. And I think Alvaro Fernandez is very stylistically similar to these left backs, seeming on first glance like the perfect modern day fullback in the making, as he's got a combination of pace, physicality, technical ability and versatility. He has been on loan at Preston North End in the Championship, and usually I'm not a fan of United sending players on loan to Championship clubs, as I just think it's a league that has managers and teams that usually don't value the same sort of abilities in players as teams at the top of the Premier League would. And sometimes you can see players get lost amongst a sea of players not really standing out or being used in the role you would want them to be used in. However, I think the Championship has done Amad Diallo and Alvaro Fernandez a world of good. Specifically for the 20-year-old Spanish left back, I think it's helped him adapt to the physicality of the English game, as often players can struggle with the leap from youth to senior football. When watching Fernandez play at left back for Preston, he definitely doesn't look out of place, as some Premier League loanees do. He's composed on the ball, often is able to drive the ball forward down the left and link play in a slick fashion, something that is definitely needed from a Ten Hag fullback, and we can see this from his ball carrying and his dribbling ability in his FB ref report, as when compared against every other fullback in the Championship this season, he ranks in the top 10% for his successful take-ons, as well as the top 25% for his carries into the final third and into the penalty area. He has played the majority of his minutes as either a left-sided midfielder or a left back for Preston, but he is forced to do a lot of defensive work, so we do often see him playing more as a part of the back line without the ball, getting back into deeper positions. I would be lying if I said he was as good defensively as he is going forward, as right now he's not the best 1v1 defender, often approaching too flat-footed and square on, making him susceptible to be beaten down the outside, which can be seen as in the Championship this season, he ranks in just the 21st percentile for the percentage of dribblers he's tackled, with a rate close to 50%, and like most young fullbacks he can be caught out in the defensive third with wrong body positioning, allowing passes in behind him, and so despite him having the athletic, physical and technical prowess that Ten Hag would be looking for, defensively he still needs to improve. However, he is a front foot defender, meaning that he should be suited to a high pressing style, ranking around the low to mid 70s for his interceptions and the amount of dribblers he has tackled, which is very promising. He's also very dominant in the air for a fullback, reminding me of Marcos Alonso with his height, physicality and willingness to attack the ball assertively when an aerial duel is there to be won, but going forward is definitely his greatest asset at the moment, being a very good crosser in the final third, able to curl in an outswinging cross from deep or find a low pass into the box from closer to the byline, as seen as he sits in the low to mid 70s for his key passes, XG assisted, as well as his passes and crosses into the penalty area. But in general, he's very solid in possession in all thirds of the pitch, comfortable receiving the ball under pressure and having a good first touch, whilst he does occasionally lose possession too easily. Overall, I think he'd definitely suit a quick passing style like Ten Hag's, particularly on the flanks where the ability to move the ball with 1 and 2 touch passing is essential. And so next season I'd like to see Fernandez go on loan to a mid to lower table Bundesliga side, as I think the fast paced nature of the attacks in Germany, alongside the fact that there are a lot of direct pacey wingers in the league, will help Fernandez develop his defending ability, as well as being able to play in a more tactically sophisticated system than the one he currently plays in at Preston. So in short, whilst he is still raw and probably not yet ready for United, I do think he has huge potential, having the style and attributes of a modern day attacking fullback, and I think he could develop into a top level left back by the time he reaches the ages of 23 or 24. As I said in previous videos, I am now doing full video and channel reviews, so if you want me to give you any advice or feedback for a specific video or for your whole channel, you can send an email to atlantisfootball96@gmail.com. But if you just enjoyed the video, you can check the description for more. You can subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you do get notified when the video comes out, and put your thoughts in the comment section below. And you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which will be in the description, for more content as well.